Hey guys, it's Will. So today we're going to be touching on CTM stock really quick. This is so cool. Last time I was in Miami, they were starting to build this arch here. It's starting to come together. It's a windy day, but it's a beautiful day here. This is kind of where we're staying. There's also building this one. I just like watching the buildings get built. Anyway, before I get into this video, really quickly, we had the markets surge today right at market open. On top of that, I have this potential partnership that I'm working on right now with Robinhood. It's important that we have all of the same kind of view on the sponsorships that we do. It won't be a direct sponsorship, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. We've turned down some sponsorships in the past because of ethical things that we just don't want to promote. But I use Robinhood every day, and so I wanted to just give you guys a heads up that we're doing that. You might see some ads from them with my face on it. But that being said, there's been some big moves today. Hopefully you're having a good Monday. Let's jump into it.
So one of the things we just saw happen at market open was this big push up on CTM stock. We basically exited our entire position. We also sold Soundhound at market open for about $700 profit. But as you can see, CTM's gaining momentum. I remember trading it back here from about 87 cents up to about $1.10. And we saw it push up to $1.67 at one point in pre-market and getting into market open here. It started to gain some momentum and started to push up to $1.67. Now it's back down to $1.32, but it's starting to develop this trend. And part of the reason why we cover this stock is because they started to get some big contracts, talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, and their revenue, if I remember right, CTM stock financials had basically, let's see, CTM stock financials. They're reporting around $11 million per quarter, which basically indicates that they're making around $55 million a year in revenue. Their net income is just barely negative. And so when you're seeing $55 million a year in revenue, and the profit is getting pretty close there to break even, this is a company that has only a $75 million market cap. So they got some OASIS Plus contracts. So they're on demand for the Department of Defense. They handle large amounts of data and security for the U.S. government. So we start to see them gain momentum. It's amazing. This is a company that's public. In my eyes, they sold down to this level here at $1.33. But the thing is, when you have this breakout, now potentially using this previous resistance here at $1.30 as a support, if it holds, then we could see some bullish momentum. And we know, CTM's been gaining some momentum. It's been consolidating for the past month and a half, 2 months really, but now we're starting to see it trend upwards. And the whole market was up a little bit today with the exception of Nvidia. We ended up buying the dip on Nvidia today right after market open. Cooler stock didn't respond well despite Bitcoin being up. But the thing about CTM and why we're covering it so closely is because of the momentum that's building. The RSI MACD now even looking like a short-term buy. Maybe we add a little bit to our position. Personally, I may do that. There's a lot of risk involved because it's struggling to hold this $1.30 range. It means that you have to kind of urge caution, especially we could see it sell back down in this consolidation, because think about this consolidation. The moving average is right here around $1.10. And this consolidation indicates, first, we see it break up above the 200-day moving average. And now it breaked up above it. So now it's a critical point that we do see it continue up. Maybe hold this trend here that's starting to develop. What could happen too is we see it consolidate or sell off in this level here. And this is kind of the trend that we start to see to develop. Because it's such a hyper bullish trend and spiked today, maybe we see it even get back down to this $1.20 range. But this is such a short-term look. Again, it's a $75 million market cap. At one point, I think it was maybe 250 million plus around this level at $3 a share that it was back in December. Not saying that we're like chasing previous highs, but just from a valuation standpoint with some of the contracts that we see, it could make sense potentially that the nearer midterm could be bullish. We know that the US government is cutting spending. There's no doubt about it. They are sending out emails to the entire government's agencies, all of them, to make sure basically that they're running, that they're alive and asking for replies, they're aggressively cutting spending. Now, that being said, the contracts that you see with Castellum Inc. are more in the defense sector. And why that's important is because most likely these companies, they're going to continue to invest, or the US government is going to continue to invest regardless in defense, and especially managing large amounts of data. I think it was a conversation at maybe the White House, I'm not really sure what it was, 2 days ago, where when they were talking about trying to cut spending, they basically said, we'd like to see that uh, we're more of like a tech support. And so this is a company that kind of works in cybersecurity, works in tech, works in processing a lot of data, and uses AI solutions. Some of their announcements, they just got awarded this $103 million contract, GTMR, their subsidiary. And this is ground support, infrastructure for technical, logistical training, and is going to support naval air. You can see NAVAIR, so naval air systems. So they're getting these. This is a special missions division, maritime patrol, and reconnaissance force family. So they're in kind of military areas right now, which is interesting. We'll see how that plays out in the near future. This is something, they're a protege, SBA, Small Business Administration, to basically shadow and watch other companies that are getting contracts to learn how to get contracts. That's what this is. That happened in early January. And shortly after that, I think it was right before that, they received that OASIS Plus contract. And the OASIS Plus contract, sorry if it's a little windy out here, um, indicates that they're basically on demand for the US government. So OASIS Plus, it's a 10-year contract that they're there, no ceiling value, and it represents a significant opportunity for the company supporting federal customers. So while they're all over the place, like in other industries, not just government, that's going to prove to most likely bring in some more contracts, as it has for other companies in that Oasis Plus unrestricted IDIQ contract, like Palantir or Big Bear AI. And we could potentially see that be a catalyst for them as well. But we traded them recently. We traded them from 87 cents up to $1.10, and then traded them again today. Ended up selling here after getting in on some of the momentum. We sold some of our position here, so we're still kind of just watching it consolidate on top of this previous resistance that may act as a support, but we'll have to see if it holds. There is risk associated, but I would imagine if it holds, we could see some momentum build here with CTM. We'll be covering more of AI and tech stocks throughout the week and possibly later today. We're traveling back from Miami to California today, so we are going to be traveling. I don't know how much coverage we'll have. If you guys enjoy, make sure to hit the like button. Do consider subscribing. If you guys want to watch me trade live at Market Open, it's the second link in the description. That's Stockmate. If you want my exact proven systems, my trading strategies, they're all there, and we go live each day in Stockmate. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and do consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.